As long as I feel, my opinion is that the students have access if they have problems. You know, whether it be troubleshooting or the parent has a problem, who do I contact? How do I get it fixed?
Well, we have the benefit of having the school still fully staffed for 2 weeks
Right.
before this, so that's a huge bonus, and the phone may be ringing off the hook. That is good.
Yeah, I think there's a parent learning, there will be a parent learning curve as well, because, you know, our kids aren't gonna know how to log in.
Right.
I don't know what my
They may be-
password
They
is.
may be told when they leave, but they're not
You
gonna
know,
remember when they get home.
And
That's
then,
how that
okay, you
should
got
be.
logged in, well, show me what do you have to do, well, this is all it says, I don't believe you, you know, like, where do we go to find stuff out? So I think parents are gonna have,
Especially the elementary level.
yeah, or seventh graders might not have their act together either, but, yeah, I'm sure as they get older, it's probably better, right? But,
The high school kids have been on Schoology enough where they really can navigate quite well.
okay.
As long as, like I said, the access is there for the parents to get hold of, who they need to talk to.
It's
if
gonna
there's
be a
problem.
learning curve for all of us.
Oh, I know it will be, but I think if we inform them,
Do parents, we don't have our own login, no, it's just the kid, okay. Just making sure I wasn't
No,
supposed to
no,
log
you
in.
didn't
Okay.
miss anything.
Yeah, okay,
But just making sure they have access to somebody here or
Right.
dependable when they're having
correct.
connectivity.
I'm hoping that'll be part of the package that they get given to them and then we
Right.
put out all that. Okay, anything else on that?
Nope, not on
Okay,
that.
events.
Okay, events in the near future, I've already told, an online teacher reached out to me and asked, about her spelling bee that she is hosting this Friday, and I said, no, you're not. During the closure, events are done, and so we will get that information out to all parents. We are not having, we will have, we can have sports practices Monday and Tuesday since we're in session, but starting Wednesday, we will not. That is, and then,
so you just, I'm sorry, I got distracted, you said we're having sports practices Monday and Tuesday?
Monday and Tuesday.
And then they're done,
And-
for now.
And then, then the other thing, a superintendent asked me about prom. And if we are not back to having face-to-face classes, we will have to cancel prom. There are some schools that have prom next week, and they already know that, what's the date of prom?
May 4th or something like that? It's
No, I think it is, I think it's May 4th, because, I joke that it should be the Star Wars theme, because it's May the 4th, be weird.
May 2nd, I was gonna say it's May 2nd or May 4th, right on it.
Nice try.
So,
Time will tell.
Well, I think you should think,
What if you get approached about having it offsite?
it doesn't matter.
You
The
still-
students,
Hard to dance and all
this,
kind of thing.
this closure is about keeping that infection curve spread out and low. And if we have a bunch of people together, at a dance, they do not practice social distancing.
we,
Really?
Yeah. So, dancing
Ron's
with.
generation.
Ron's
Ron's generation, they
Even Ron's generation, they did not dance 6 feet apart.
so,
so-
events in the future basically are called off until further notice. Anything that will be the prom, we're looking at going to what, the 30th, or are we, everything's called off till,
And I think that's what we need to be saying is until we are back to having face-to-face classes, events will be either postponed or canceled.
School board meeting?
Todd, did you have a question?
That's the other thing. School board meetings,
Yeah.
we need to have school board meetings, but, I got a list from, MSBA. You guys can be virtual, so if we want to do like a group Zoom, we've got the free Zoom, I can send you Zoom. You guys can Zoom in, and what we can do is bring in, instead of having that, can put a screen with an LCD projector so that the camera picks up all your faces zooming in, because you have to have a camera on you. We can get you zooming in if you don't feel comfortable coming on site for a board meeting, but board meetings still need to be, I will still be here.
So,
Free Zooms are only 45 minutes though.
Okay,
I
well,
mean,
we'll
if
have
it's a
to,
free, yeah, we'd have to, I mean, it's still, it's fine.
so all those little silly rules are being waived for this now.
we have always been allowed to have those virtual meetings if there's a lot of things that we need to make sure we're still following. Somebody still needs to be on site, you still need to be able to, your audience needs to be able to see you, your audience needs to be able to hear you, your audience needs to be able to ask you questions during the public comment section. Your board chair still needs to run the meeting, even if your board chair is zooming in.
You have to state where you're broadcasting
Yeah.
from.
That's what we
Correct.
did that one time, you
Yeah.
say,
Well-
I'm located
You
at a
don't have to
holiday.
have the
Inn.
open door
Probably
policy.
should set up in case somebody comes down, it's not well.
That was
Like
the
Actually,
they go to your house.
I won't be attending anymore, I will be zooming in.
Okay.
If we're supposed to be isolating ourselves, I don't see the point of us getting together. And I would feel horrible if I got somebody sick in this room. So, and I don't wanna contribute to that, so I will be zooming in, and I suggest we all do the same. I know it's not popular, but nothing we're doing is popular right now, so.
As board members, if you want to zoom in, I will set that up. If you want to be here, I just need to know how to set the room up and what to have available. But if you all wanna zoom in, I'll be here, I'll set it up. If some of you wanna be here, I'm just asking that we try to maintain some social distancing.
I mean, I do conference calls all over the world as
Yep.
part of my job, and we do just fine. So I think we would all do just fine. We don't use Zoom, we use a different tool, but, I'm gonna assume it's similar.
That's great.
We use Teams, so, yeah.
And we also have access to Teams as well through, Microsoft, because we've all got our HPS 294 accounts.
But I think we should get it set up sooner than later. I mean, there's gonna be a slight learning curve there, just getting it to
So
work.
we've got a meeting on Thursday.
Okay.
Do you,
So we'll
do you
test
want
it
it set up for Thursday and having, okay.
Sure.
Let me know who's planning on Zooming and who's planning on, being in attendance live.
So does everybody know as of now? Like Lane, you know?
I'd probably be here. I'll
Social distance.
Gene? Okay. I said Gene up, Ron? You know?
He's gonna be here
You
live.
can Zoom.
I'm game for zooming.
Okay,
Peer pressure here.
Amy, are
I'm
you
zooming
saying
in.
yeah?
I would like the link, but I'll probably be here in person.
Well, if you guys are all gonna be here, then I'm definitely gonna zoom.
okay.
So,
Okay.
I will set up a Zoom and we'll have the link.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they all have
Do you all have
computers to
devices?
get on, because we do not have your board devices yet.
yeah, but doesn't everyone have their Surface yet?
No.
No.
I mean, I've got my
You're
Chromebook.
trying to Chromebook.
Didn't you get a Surface though?
And
It died and it's been recharged.
yesterday,
Yep.
well, no, tomorrow,
Mine didn't work.
where
Okay.
is this?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, when Dependable is here, I will make sure that, they pull Chromebooks for, each of you, so that you got yours.
Getting that?
Yeah.
Because you were trying it.
Yep.
Yeah, works
You were
great.
all gonna
Yep.
get it if it worked.
So I will, have Dependable pull 6 Chromes, and then you guys can, come in and pick them up on Tuesday.
So I have to zoom on the front.
You can Zoom on
Zoom
whatever
on your
device you
own.
want. If you've got a device you'd rather Zoom on, you may Zoom on that.
I like my own zoomer.
Okay.
Okay, anything else then, Chris?
What?
Will Ron need some tech support to zoom in?
We can work together.
Zoom is
So-
pretty easy to download.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there gonna be an
It's
infinite
right.
campus bullet coming out now?
There will be an Infinite Campus bullet going out
Should
following
get that
this.
thing posted
Okay.
there now, it's ready for.
Okay.
Well, the
Anything
meeting
else?
wasn't done.
Anything else? Todd?
Just one quick comment there though, so practices for high school league events are still gonna happen on Monday and Tuesday. Remember, we go to track, we go over to Rushford Peterson, that's still gonna happen on Monday and Tuesday, but after that, the building is totally closed down, kids aren't gonna be able to come in and lift or do anything or any practices. The high school league has suspended them all as well from Wednesday through that, date in the future. But we are still gonna practice on Monday and Tuesday, business as usual.
Okay. You said you had a question?
Yeah, there's science MCA testing on Tuesday. Will that be going on?
That will be postponed,
Okay.
unless you really want to take it.
I do really want to.
He said for this one, it's like-
He wants to take his, so.
And we'll get that information out. We'll get that information out to all the students because
Okay.
I think everyone has those questions. Any other
Anything else?
questions? Because we
Yeah,
said that
just
instead of having the
Mhm.
public comment at the beginning, we'd have it at the end.
Gene has a question.
In terms of the testing now, that's supposed to start March 2nd with the state and for doing the MTAC, that goes to May 8th. Would we have any schedule in between there for doing the
They
testing?
said that was,
The MCAs. That's one of the questions that I have to Jennifer Dugan in charge of testing as far as whether or not we'll do any online testing at all. Because their testing window, bless you.
Zoom on out of here, Mike.
Their testing window is from March 30th
We're this
until
close
April
and getting out of
30th.
here safely.
so there were questions of that at the end. I listened to all the Q&A after Walter's thing. I don't know whether you, because you were probably meeting with these guys, but they just said that's all work in progress.
It's
Well, no, they said there are many, many questions that they still haven't sorted that out.
And
So
then
there's gonna be.
Jennifer
information.
said that, she would get back to me by the 27th. She was hoping sometime before that, but she said with as many moving parts, they right now are not extending the window. What they're looking at, I've requested a waiver for the online. And she's also made it clear that there can't be any online testing for the kids in their own homes. They would have to come and be proctored. So therefore, if the school is shuttered, there can't be any proctoring.
Right.
So there are a lot of moving pieces. And I don't have answers yet, because the State Department doesn't have answers yet. But as soon as I get answers, I will be letting you know, I will be letting Angela and the online, I'll be letting the other principals know what the game plan is.
I know my sons, they were gonna do testing on this Tuesday, but he says, I think we're gonna cancel that because of the anxiety of the students.
Yeah.
Just wouldn't be correct.
Yeah, it's not fair to, the kids are going through enough right now. Right now, I want to, allay their fears and let them know that we as adults are trying to make this the best and safest situation we can for them.
Carter, have you seen any anxiety among your group?
A little bit.
And sometimes the anxiety comes out in.
Even the
in
parents
joking.
are excited.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a lot
Some
of
of them are more so.
The parents probably have more anxiety, and the students address the anxiety with some flippant jokes and comments.
Okay. So, anything else, Ken?
Anyone else?
Anybody else?
We should assume we're gonna have another meeting, in two.
Thursday.
Yeah, but, the following week then, right before the, 27th?
Right now,
Well, I'd say when Thursday's meeting, we can discuss what's gonna happen. 'Cause
Okay.
we may
I
have
will
more
have-
information, because the state doesn't really know what the heck's going on, because as we discussed, I think there's a
well,
lot of questions out there yet, so I think Thursday we can,
I
you know,
will
I think
have
we should
a,
have meetings more frequently, obviously, or even if we zoom in,
Zooming on it, yeah.
you know, and get
so
together.
I
at
will
least
be
know what's
giving
going on.
information to you twice a week. So it will just be a COVID update, kind of like that superintendent update last week was just COVID related.
Yeah.
I will be doing that twice a week now, just COVID. And then as far as the board meeting on Thursday, there will be some extra COVID discussion. And that will just be a standing discussion item until we are through the pandemic.
Sounds good.
Any other thing? Anybody else? Okay. So we have motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Second, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you,
Thank you so
people.
much for coming on a Sunday night.